Sugarbush in Vermont, out in right next to Warren, Vermont. It's a cute little town. I mean, it's a whole cute area. If you want that quintessential Vermont, I would go there. Sugarbush, you get this little town nearby Warren that's just cute with a nice little waterfall and cute little quaint shops. It's a little bit out of the way. So Sugarbush is about 5 hours from New York City, 3 hours from Boston, and like 6.5 hours from Philadelphia. This is assuming, of course, good traffic. It's off on its own. You got to drive up 100. Say, a lot of times I'll stay around Killington and then drive up towards Sugarbush, or if you're going to Stowe, it's on your way to Stowe as well. So it's a good place to go on your way somewhere else, or of course its own destination. So you can see here Sugarbush is divided into Lincoln, basically Lincoln Peak and Mount Ellen, although there's more peaks. And it's not that far from Mad River Glen. So, Mad River Glen with the slogan, ski it if you can. Well, Sugarbush and and Mad River Glen have a lot of similarities to them. So let's get to it. So again, it's a if you want, I don't know what's the best way to describe it. I was trying to think of a catchy title for this video, and I would say ski out of bounds, inbounds. That's when I think of Sugarbush, because it's way more natural than any of the other places you can go. So it's like you're always skiing out of bounds, but you're inbounds. So let's take a look at the mountain and get the trail maps. And I like this trail map because it actually gives you the mountain stats with it, which is cool. A lot of them don't. Move my little zoom bar out of the way. And so here we have this thing go away. We have variety of different peaks. The Gad Peak. So let me just move this over here. Okay. The area here, this Gad Peak is great if you're well, there's a lot to do there, but I like doing kind of ski race training here, right? Because you can there's a lot of well, there actually is a course called Racer's Edge here, but you can just really rip it down this area here. So it's kind of a fun place to go if you're just interested in training. And that's a funny thing about skiing is that everybody has their thing, Like sometimes I like just going on these nice groomers where you can just rip, go as fast as you can. And when you want that, I might just be hanging out here all day, even though there's the rest of this beautiful mountain to go to. That's not always the case. A lot of times I'll go to other places as well, but sometimes we'll spend a lot of time here just playing around. So this is like right where the lodge is, right? The Lincoln Peak Lodge. As usual, if you're there on a weekday, it's less crowded. But again, this isn't as crowded an area as, say, going to Killington or one of these other areas. In addition, so what I usually will do here is I'll actually usually start taking the lift, like the Super Bravo Express quad up here, and then work my way down to this Heaven's Gate quad, where you can hit some really cool steep stuff here. My favorite is Siggy's Ripcord. I have a video of going down Siggy's Ripcord, and I'm like, it's steeper than it looks. And I did it as a joke because in the video you can see it's really steep. It's steeper than it looks. And then Oregon Grinder. This one has a top and a bottom part. This is like all moguls. That's a good place to play around with moguls. I've never actually done Paradise yet. I got to try that this year. And then here, Castle Rock. This is an area that most people say is just like going to Mad River Glen. So there's a lot of natural stuff going on here. You can have a blast. North Links. There's a little run here called Birch Run that is really natural. And what I mean by natural is it's all ungroomed moguls and stuff like that. If you're training to do more out of bounds skiing, this would be a really good place to train, to practice. So let's go down here. This is essentially the beginner's area. under this lift, there's some good stuff to play around with. So if you're a carve user like me, I like this area here. It's great for carve. Just to, get some interesting scores. You get this like nice kind of like humps, and I think this is what this little black area is here. There's a nice hump that you kind of go over. And then if you're a beginner, you can play over here in this area. This is all outside the lodge, the main lodge. There is this quad that goes from mountain to mountain. It hasn't run any of the time that I've been there. So, and I don't know if it ran at all last year, but you can get to Mount Ellen using a bus. So that's how I went last year. 2 years ago, sorry. Unfortunately, when I went that day, it was warm, and I was having a blast here in this area. But then when I went to Mount Ellen, it was so sticky. I mean, it was one of those days. It was a little warmer. It was so sticky that I just like I had to stop in the middle of one of my runs here on Mount Ellen to just to try to wax my skis so I could make it down without feeling like I'm going to crash every second. I mean, a lot of people are dedicated to Mount Ellen. Again, I've only been to Mount Ellen once. I spend most of my time. I usually just stay over here. It's just such a big area with all the peaks that you can stay in one area and feel fulfilled. So I've been to Mount Ellen once, and really what I wanted to do was this area here, but because again, I like to these like ski racing areas, and unfortunately, there's a lot of ski racing teams practicing here, so it's what didn't happen. So I just went up to the top and played around a little bit here. Uh, so that you got a lot of cool terrain to choose from. There's people like I said who'll only ski Mount Ellen; they won't ski anywhere else. And then some people are dedicated to, I guess they call this Lincoln Peak because it's the highest peak. So speaking of highest peaks, the elevation is 3,975 feet, not as high as Killington, although at Mount Ellen's a little bit higher. Your vertical drop ranges from a low of 1,575 to a high of what looks like here, 2,600 feet. Good skiing. So just for those of you who haven't skied in these areas that have longer runs, those are leg burners. Okay, so if you go from top to bottom of say Siggy's ripcord, by the time you get to the bottom here, and if you keep on going all the way down, your legs are going to burn like crazy, a crazy burn. It's hard. It's a hard workout, very almost like just a static workout, right? So rather than very like aerobic or something like a kind of anaerobic workout. Yeah, so those, I mean, those are awesome. Awesome. This is an awesome mountain. I can't wait to get there again this year. That's on my list. I definitely want to get there. Let's see what's open right now. Today is December 6th. Let's see what's open. And then we'll look at the webcams. Oh, it's only 6:18, so it's going to be dark there. Let's see conditions. I think they have a decent amount open right now. Let's see, it's 16 degrees at this moment. 36-inch base. So it looks like it's going to be 15 today. And then, wow, high of 4 on Monday. Ooh, that's going to be nice. 19-mile-per-hour wind. You better have some good gear on for that. That's going to be a cold day. You'll get the real skiers out there that day. Looks like 40. Well, that's pretty good. 40 trails open. And as you can see, when I said it was like skiing out of bounds, inbounds, they don't groom as many runs as, say, some of the other mountains do. 17 out of 40. Wow, that's pretty good. This last day to buy. Well, here, there's this deal here in terms of tickets. There's this deal that ends today. And so again, this video is meant to be a preview or review of this mountain for any time of the season. But you got to look for deals. I mean, anytime you can get a good deal, like today's December 6th, and looks like this over? Unrestricted lift ticket $99 ends today. I would say this is something I'd want to buy, if I could. 'Cause I have Icon Pass, so I don't need it. By the way, Icon Pass, I have unlimited access to this mountain. It's unbelievable. So I just like if you don't have one of the passes, you got to get one. I mean, think about it. I got unlimited access to Sugarbush, to Stratton. I mean, Copper in Colorado. I think Winter Park as well. I mean, it's just like crazy ability to ski. So best deal 90. Oh, a sale yesterday. Do you want to look for stuff like this? They need to take this off their website then. But you need to look for deals like this because anytime you can get a good deal, you want to buy it. So uh, there's also, let's see, also housing here. Let's see if we can take a look at lodging. There's a really, really nice hotel, yeah, right here at the base, but there's a lodging nearby. Of course, you probably are better off renting something off of like say Expedia, Airbnb, or somewhere, which would find a better deal. Uh, but this hotel, if you can stay here, it's like right at the base. You have direct access to the mountain. It's always good if you can just get up and get out and go and ski. So let's see what else did I want to talk about? Anything else about Sugarbush? I talked about the beauty, the nature. There's like a little grocery store near like within the compound of Sugarbush. And again, you can go to Warren to buy stuff. So you got pretty much everything you need there. It's for a fun vacation. I would consider it in terms of family skiing, it's a good family area, but there's a lot of serious skiing there. So I would say of all the mountains that I could go to, this is one of my favorites. I mean, I mean, if I had a choice to go to any one of the mountains like right today, I'd probably take Sugarbush just because of the diversity of terrain and I can challenge myself anyway. I want to challenge myself on that particular day. That's probably where I'd go first. I mean, it's hard to say because I love all these other mountains, whether it's Okemo, Killington, even the little ones like Pat's Peak, of course, Blue Mountain, Pennsylvania. But if I'm going on a vacation out of this area, I'm going to go to Sugarbush, and then if I'm not going out west. So hey, listen, let's look at the just one last thing. Let's look at the mountain cams. Again, it's dark now, but this is the base area. There's a nice restaurant here. Sometimes you'll have outdoor food service here where you can get burgers or pulled pork type sandwiches. And then you have your lodge. Lodge has nice amenities, good restaurant. I like being there again on if you can be there on a weekday when there's nobody there, that whole place is yours. The whole mountain's yours. Yeah, and everything else is dark to look at right now. But anyway, thank you guys. And listen, subscribe. I need more subscribers so I can keep on making good content for you. Pat's Peak is next in my reviews. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Go out and ski, snowboard, whatever you like to do. Bye.